Tim Schofield here, and the new flagship chipset, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 is here. This is the first one we're looking at on the channel. Not only that, it's the first phone with liquid cooling in the back. Yes, you can actually see it in action. This is the REDMAGIC 11 Pro, a gaming-centric device. There's a ton of different features like triggers on the phone itself. It goes all the way up to 144 hertz refresh rate. It has an under-display front-facing camera, so you get a full-screen display and a lot more. So we're gonna take a quick look what comes in the box, and then of course get some hands-on and check out that liquid cooling in the REDMAGIC 11 Pro. Let's get started. REDMAGIC, win more games. Opening the box for the first time, let's see what we get. You've got your SIM ejection tool plus a case, which is nice to have an extra here. Looks like it does have openings for the triggers on the phone and more. We'll put this on in just a second. Next, it looks like we have the phone itself. We're gonna set that to the side for just a second, build that suspense. Finally, in the box, an included charging brick. Nice to see the phone charges up to 80 watts of fast charging and a red and black USB Type-C to Type-C cable. And on to what you came for, the REDMAGIC 11 Pro Night Freeze Edition. Let's check it out. Crazy design. It seems like it has a glass back and some depth to it where you can really see everything. Just check that out. It is really cool with that liquid cooling and more. We'll dive into that in just a second. I'm gonna boot this phone up for the first time, and while it turns on, let's take a closer look at this really unique hardware. Down at the bottom, you've got your SIM card slot, microphone, USB Type-C port, one of your speakers, and moving along, this is where all the really cool stuff is. 520 hertz shoulder triggers on both sides for when you are gaming, and then you have, looks like another microphone. This is their customizable magic key, which is a slider. You'll notice some texture on it, so it's easier to kind of grasp and slide. You've got your power button, volume rockers, and looks like some ventilation right there. Up towards the top, there's a hole in the phone. I don't actually know what that's for. You have a microphone right there. I'm just kidding. I know that's a 3.5mm headphone jack. Really nice to see that. You very rarely see it these days. Finally, along the left side, we've got more ventilation, and this is game mode right here. I want to point out that there's a lot of surface area on these flat sides to hold on to, which will make it good for gaming. And a close look at the back of the phone. Really unique design with that liquid cooling. There's also a fan. There's a vapor chamber in the back. Oh, and check it out. Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 logo. That's really cool. They added that. They've got their REDMAGIC logo. Also, I want to point out, you can't feel these camera lenses. This is a flat glass back all the way across, so it is completely uniform, which is incredibly unique. Normally, the camera bump will be there, but there isn't one. You'll see it's completely flat where those cameras are. Next to that LED flash, you have two 50 megapixel lenses, wide and ultra wide, and then an extra 2 megapixel lens. All right, I'm gonna run through the startup process, talk about anything that's noteworthy. There is an under-display fingerprint scanner. This is an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, just setting that up. Very slight, subtle vibration. The motor feels good overall, and that was actually really quick. And speaking of under display, there is face unlock, but you'll notice you can't really see a cutout because there is an under display camera right there. There is also a pre-installed screen protector, so this is a full screen display. We'll be able to see it more in a sec. Of course, since it runs Android, you do have Gemini as your personal assistant. We are all set up and ready to go. Here's the new REDMAGIC 11 Pro. Right away, it gives you the option to customize each of your games. In the game space, there's a plugin library as well. If we go to start, here it is where you can add games. They're installing now in the background, so I will make sure that gets taken care of. Oh, you'll see one game just installed. Going over, there's Gravity X. There's just more like behavioral learning. And then in the bottom right here, I believe that is their turbo mode turning on. You'll hear the audio and the RGB on the back with this logo and where the fan is as well is on. Actually, if you look close enough, you can see the fan spinning. I hope the camera picks it up actually, but there is a fan, a physical fan spinning on the inside of this phone. There's even lights where it says game mode, and I do have this switch on, which I believe is why I went straight into this game space. So switching that will bring us to our actual home screen, and you'll notice those lights stop flashing. You can change what that magic key actually does. Obviously, it's set to game space. Out of the box, it's just an on-off switch. But check it out. Not too many phones have an under-display camera on the front. It just looks so much better having a full screen display. Taking a close look at that 6.85-inch BOE X10 AMOLED display at a 2688 by 1216 resolution. It does look really nice and goes all the way up to 144 hertz, which you can see in the upper left-hand corner. Quickly jumping into settings, let's double check that within display settings. Scrolling down, and screen refresh rate set to auto out of the box, but you can force 144, you can force 120, 90, 60 if you want to save your battery life, or have it auto so it'll change depending on what type of content's shown. There's a sunlight mode for increased brightness, eye comfort, and if we go into here, they can change the color mode and temperature, standard, soft, maybe a little more vivid, a little more colorful, and the temperature if you want a little warmer or cooler. As a quick test, setting our finger down on that fingerprint scanner, it seems to be very quick and accurate. No, you don't need to turn the screen on. You'll see if you just set it right on that scanner, it will unlock right away. Jumping into that camera app and just snapping some quick pictures. Shutter speed seems to be a little slow. Again, this is where the sacrifice will be, especially with the design that's focused way more on performance and gaming. You still do get a 14 megapixel or 14 millimeter lens and 23 millimeters. In terms of modes, you've got portrait, camera family, so there's a group of different ways to take custom shots like time-lapse, and then video going up to there. You can shoot 4K 60 frames per second still, and there is a pro mode. And of course, with an under-display front-facing camera, it's right in the center here. There's no cutout, obviously. The quality's not going to be that great. It still does affect the quality of the lens. Use it more so for the face unlock as opposed to taking those selfies. Obviously, the cameras aren't the main focus of this phone. Gaming is, and we'll get to that in just a second, but I do want to snap on the included case, which again is really nice to have. You still can sort of see the design underneath, and it does have some useful cutouts. It does cover up the volume and power buttons, but you can still use that switch and your triggers, and obviously ventilation is still there. Let's actually switch over into our game center, and you'll notice a lot of games have installed in the background. On the back here, you'll notice you can still see your RGB flashing, which is still nice. Let's turn on that turbo and turn the fan on there, and you'll notice you can still see, because there is a complete cutout for this part, but I did want to point out you can still see that RGB. Let's put the REDMAGIC 11 Pro and that Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 to the test and do some gaming. PUBG's downloading some extra files, but look at this. Check out the animation of the liquid cooling going on. We've got RGB flashing. You'll notice right here, you can see it through the fan there. It flashes on our shoulder triggers, but again, just really cool and unique design. All right, we are now in a game, loaded up. I did set up those shoulder triggers. It's actually pretty easy. You just press this icon up here, and then you can move whatever button, wherever you want that button to press. So right now I have the L one on aim, and then the right one on shoot. So if I press L, tap, there you go. Go in and out of zooming in, and then if you want to, I mean, obviously you can move around to aim, and then just press the right trigger to shoot. And that's it. So that's really convenient and just a really nice feature, and it's customizable. You don't just have to have it on aim and shoot. You can, like I showed, just move that button around, and right now it's just sitting on those two icons. Overall, graphics look really good. Frames are extremely consistent. I'm getting shot at here. Let's... Oh, we got him. All right, so I actually didn't even know there was someone there, but that worked out. Again, I used the triggers there. Coming on over, let's actually get some loot. All right, now I actually have a gun, and again, everything is just really smooth, even in that gunfight, and this map actually looks really detailed too. PUBG, always their maps have really looked good and have been a really good indication of graphics rendering. So, and again, also in terms of heat, I'm not feeling it getting extremely hot or anything. I'm pressing the trigger here. Look at me rezzing my teammate. I'm such a good guy. Oh. Okay, there's someone here. Let's go find him. Got him. Maybe? He's still up here? Nope, he's dead. Nice. Okay, that's it for me in terms of gaming. And watch this. Actually, I'm in the game space here. If I press this, they have a small window pop up. So the game is still running while I'm going into applications and doing things in the background, which is pretty crazy. And then if I go back into it, it still will throw you into that game space, but with that app right there. You can get a larger screen. You can drag left to right, and you can even minimize it. Look, I can play now. Think about that. Does the hair triggers work? No, or the shoulder triggers, they don't. But you can still play this game in this small window if you'd like to. Obviously, you can just expand it and then start playing again. But actually pretty crazy how well that works, especially with, you know, a higher intense game. Anyways, that is it for me for now on the brand new REDMAGIC 11 Pro liquid cooling, huge vapor chamber, built-in fan with the latest flagship chipset as well. A really cool and well-designed device. But drop a comment. Let me know what you think. A lot more content coming soon, so be sure to click that subscribe button. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And as always, thanks for watching.